are so glad to have all of you here today to help us with our 31st annual scholarship banquet. At this time, we will have our welcome by Miss Lily Hall.
Good afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure to stand before such a beautiful crowd to welcome you to our banquet today. I also welcome you on behalf of Ms. Stoller Taylor, which is our local queen, and she had death in the family, so therefore she sends her regards for not being here. However, she also did tell me and welcoming each and every one of you here today. So you look so tired and worn out. Let's stand up quickly. Everybody, let's stand up very, very well. Quickly, quickly, quickly. You can do it fast. Stretch your arms out very, very wide. Bring them all the way in. And say, thank you, Seth, for bringing me to a wonderful banquet. Okay, thank you so much. And you're very, very welcome. Enjoy yourselves. I know you're going to enjoy the food, especially the breakfast, the dinner, and the speaker, and all our scholarship recipients. Thank you so very much.
Everybody, please bow your head, please. Heavenly Father, as we come before you, we ask that you give us love, peace, and joy. We thank you for allowing us to come together on this occasion. We also ask that you continue to be with us as we go along this journey. We ask that you bless this event and everything about it. We ask this in your name. Amen.
I would like to thank each of you for attending our 31st annual scholarship banquet today. The purpose of this gathering is to help our local chapter raise funds and to be able to provide 2 academic scholarships of $1,000 each to 2 high school seniors who will enroll in the 2019 fall semester freshman class at Savannah State University. 2 scholarships are offered to graduating seniors in the following 8 Georgia high schools. They are Dublin High School, East Lawrence High School, West Lawrence High School, Appling County High School, Dodge County, Jefferson County High School, Johnson County High School, and Wheeler County High School. These schools qualify because our local chapter has 1 or more active members in each of the counties where the schools are located. The chapter also has 1 or more active members in the states of Florida and North Carolina. By offering these scholarships, we are enhancing the growth of Savannah State University, the oldest HBCU in the nation, established in 1890. These scholarships also create educational opportunities for our young people. Most importantly, your support to this event helps us maintain the structure needed for the promotion of educational excellence and to assist Savannah State University in preparing the recipients of these scholarships for our future global service. Thank you again for your steadfast service, steadfast support, and if we can assist you in any of your scholastic efforts, please feel free to call upon us. So sit back and relax and enjoy as we prepare for success beyond the seas of excellence.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lance Jones, the city manager for the city of Dublin, and I wanted to bring you official greetings from the city, from the mayor and city council. It's just a great event that you have every year. When Miss Laura called me, I would have bet money that it's only been a few months since we were here last. I'm still not sure we didn't do this around Christmas sometime, but it just reminds you how fleeting time is, and our life passes quickly by, and your organization and helping getting young people moving in the right direction at an early stage and aiding them in getting to college. Hopefully, I know y'all are hoping Savannah State, that they'll go there, graduate, and start their life off in the right direction, because it does get away from you so fast, and having adults that care about you, that are looking to you and trying to put you in the right, move you onto the right path is extremely important. And y'all getting together every year and doing that and coming up with the scholarships is a great thing. And on behalf of the city, the mayor and council, we really thank y'all for doing that. And Mr. Muhammad Mustafa, I wanted to especially welcome you. You don't have to get up, but just a little gift from the city, and I mean a little gift. It's not too much. So, but just something that hopefully you'll some things you can have around and remind you of being here today.
Greetings, Savannah State University alumni, future alumni, city officials, supporters, and all distinguished guests. We greet you with a sincere of gratitude for your support for our beloved University by the Sea, the Savannah State University. As a mother and an auntie of 3 graduates of Savannah State University, I know the importance of Dublin, Lawrence County, Savannah State University Alumni Association in this scholarship banquet. And your presence here today is greatly appreciated. So again, on behalf of the Dublin, Lawrence County, Savannah State University alumni and associates, I greet you with welcome to each of you. And also, I like to say, while you're in your quiet time, pray for our beloved University by the Sea. Welcome again.
Local events coverage brought to you in part by Jeff Davis and Altera Networks. Altera Networks, premium IT systems backed with world-class support. IT consulting and on-site networking, ongoing support and security. That's Altera Networks. Jeff Davis also serves our community as Lawrence County Commissioner, District 3, and continues to serve our community at large.
Planting time is here, and that means it's time to go to Roach Farm and Garden. We have all of your vegetable plants in stock, and we carry your favorite garden seeds. We have farm implements. If it goes behind a tractor or it's something you need on the farm, we have it. Our friendly staff will help you find any kind of animal feed or fertilizer you need. We'll even load it for you. Springtime is here, and it's time to start your next outdoor project. So make your first stop Roach Farm and Garden, Dublin.
Roach Farm and Garden, growing traditions.
At this time, I must say, not neglecting my responsibilities, I don't know how I was drafted to stand here in the place of an honorable young lady who deserved to do this more than I am. But I was told to go head on. And they said in the ministry and all, you must always be what? Ready. I wasn't quite ready, but I'm going to do the best I can. At this time, we are at the point where we all can sit back and relax. I am going to introduce our guest speaker, and I'm going to do the best I can. First, I must say, when I was in school, I was a math and physics major. So my English and pronunciation sometimes get a little off. So with our guest speaker today, we are honored to have here with us in the present time, Dr. Mohammed Mustafa. He comes to us from Savannah State University, and he's going to tell us some great news about how he got to Savannah State and what he's going to say today here at this banquet. I'm just going to give you a little highlight of him, and anything else, if y'all miss, if you have to ask him something else, you can ask him after the program. I'm quite sure he'll be glad with that. Dr. Muhammad, I'm going to just be short and brief. He received his BS, MS, and PhD degree in civil engineering from Wayne State University. He has been at Savannah State for a number of years. Dr. Muhammad started his career as an educator at Savannah State University in the fall of 1994. Prior to his education, he worked in several other areas. Short introduction. I would like for all of y'all to welcome our keynote speaker for this afternoon, Dr. Mohammed Mustafa from Savannah State University.
Thank you very much, John. We appreciate this introduction. And thank you very much It is an honor for me to be in here. Special thanks to the Savannah State University National Alumni Association, particularly Dublin Lorraine County Chapter, and Ms. Lauren Irwin for giving me this opportunity to present our programs to you. Actually, I came not from Savannah. I was just telling our colleagues over here that I came from the Middle East, from Palestine, West Bank, lived all my life in Kuwait, left when I was a 17-year-old kid, went to Britain, studied there for 2 years. A teacher over there took me in her arms and taught me the English language because I had no clue how to speak a single word. She taught me the English language. And then I transferred to the United States of America because of financial reasons. And I came to Wayne State University. I got educated there, bachelor, master's, and civil, and PhD. And I started applying for education. I never wanted to be an educator anyway to start with. However, another teacher said, try it for 1 semester. I'll give you my class. And if you don't like it, I'll never ask you again. And I did it for 1 semester, and guess what? I told the industry, I'm done. I got to look for an education job. And I got several offers from various universities, including Savannah State University. I told my wife, I could go to those universities, either I fit in the system or I'm out. But if I go to Savannah State, I could make a difference, and I would see that difference, and I would appreciate it. So that was my choice. And since 1994 until now, I would not leave Savannah State until I retire or die. What I would like to do is pass these around. Thank you. And I don't really want to speak about myself or anything like that. What I would like to speak about is what we really do at Savannah State for our students. And not what you hear in the news, what we really do. That's the real story. What we provide our students with undergraduate research opportunities. And I'm speaking in the college, my expertise is in the College of Sciences and Technology. But that does not only apply to the College of Sciences and Technology. It applies to the College of Business, as well as the College of Liberal Arts, and the College of Education recently. And we collaborate together, by the way. We're all one unit, one SSU. So we work together, and you will see that later on in the end of this sheet. Undergraduate research, the way we understand it, is from freshman year. The students have an open mind, where sometimes as we get older, we get into more of a tunnel. And because we see the consequences of not doing an action, but they don't sometimes. And that open mind creates opportunities. So we're introducing them, all we're doing is we're guiding them. It's all their ideas. So we're providing them with that, what we call undergraduate research training throughout the year as well as throughout the summer. So when a student tells you that I wanted to stay at school in the summer to do research, actually that is the mentoring that we're asking the students to do. They're not trying to get away from coming home. No. Our curriculum, we modified our curriculum to do that. So we give them opportunities to do what we call senior design projects. But those senior design projects, they're not just any projects. They're not just dream projects. They can be. A student has an idea they want to explore. Sure, we'll give you credit for it, but here's what we'll guide you. You'll have a mentor, and we will guide you through it. But really, the majority of our projects, we connect them with the community. For example, some of our students actually designed new buildings in a township that they didn't have the resources. But we went and actually did the engineering survey and the design of the building. Then they hired an architect for a minimal amount of money just to tweak it to their lightings, and now it's being built. Those are the kind of projects we involve our students with. The sheet that you have in there, in front of you, I'm sorry, they're rising. That is actually the picture that you see on the front. That is one of our elite programs. It's called the forensic science. So our programs, if you look at the sheet that I gave you, in our college, we have engineering technology that consists of civil engineering technology, electronics engineering technology, computer science technology, and we just added another program, mechanical engineering technology. Those programs are ABIT accredited, the civil and the electronics. And what does that mean? That means there is a standard body that oversees the quality of your program. If they give you the okay to it, that means your program is no different than the elite universities programs. It doesn't matter where you graduate from. That's the accreditation purpose. And we have that in there at Savannah State University, even though we're small, but we have it. As a matter of fact, Savannah State University, the way I understood it in the engineering technology, they were the elite in starting such a program where Michigan Tech had actually asked Savannah State to come over there to show them how to start it. So we were the pioneers in there.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Green, broker with Excel Realty Group. The decision to sell your home is dependent on many factors. Whatever your reasons for selling, my proven effective marketing plans will ensure you the highest possible price for your home. I guarantee to provide you with professional, ethical, and confidential service and keep you well informed every step of the way. Call me at 478-279-2009, or you may email me at tiffanygreen421@gmail.com. Let's get started today.
We also have the standard science programs, the biology, marine and environmental science, our marine science and environmental. We have a beautiful new facility over there. You should come and see it. It's phenomenal, right on the marsh. We're doing great research over there. We have the mathematics department that has a bachelor and marine science. Without mathematics, you can't do anything. It doesn't matter what major. I'm not talking about College of Sciences. I'm talking about even liberal arts and education. Without mathematics, you can't do it. You can't even balance your checkbook, even though nobody balances checkbooks anymore. But you have to understand those numbers. So mathematics is extremely important for us. We also house the chemistry and forensic science. Our forensic science is a phenomenal program. We're doing with virtual stuff right now. As a matter of fact, they just introduced me. They put those virtual glasses on my face, and I almost fell down. Truly phenomenal, you know. You enter a crime scene room. You can walk through it and see evidences in there, just with those 3D technology. So we introduce our students to all these programs in the undergraduate research. All these programs have that feature. And our senior design projects. Now, what do we do with that once the student do the research? We don't just stop there. The student has to present it, has to publish it too. So we take them to conferences. And national conferences, not just local conferences. We have local conferences, but as well as national conferences. And I have given you actually a list of the conferences that we take them to, such as the Engineering Research National Conference, the PSL-SAM Annual Conference, Transportation Research Arena Conference. And guess what? We bring the first, second, and third prize. As a matter of fact, Dr. Dozier was on the PI for one of those grants before she became our president. And when I used to take my students over there with our projects and we win the first prize, and she used to look at me and say, well, I know you're going to win this prize this year, you and your students. Yes, we do. There's no difference. We challenge our students to do that. So they go with the intention that they're going to win these prizes. But what do we do after that? That poster, we don't just stop at that poster for presentation. we got to make sure that we put our marks on papers, that people can reference to it. So we include them in publications. And I had given you on the page 2. If you look at page 2, publications, student names are in bold. Those are sample publications, by the way. I didn't list all the publications. So our students are already published. And we're talking about published before they even graduate. That's at the freshman, sophomore, junior level. They're already published. And in some cases, you'll see publications actually where their first name was the author. And the faculty is the co-author because they did a lot more work on that paper than the faculty did. So we introduce them to the real life situations that they need to be out there. There was one project that we worked on called Smart Cones. Just to give you a quick synopsis on it. Is in the construction zone, how many times do we hear that there are accidents of workers got killed by drunk drivers? Well, we had an idea. How about if the working zone is marked by cones. So how about if we make that cone to be a smart cone? That cone will communicate with the vehicle. Of course, the vehicle has to be designed for that, but that's besides the point. That's an idea, again. It's an idea. So now the cone can communicate with the vehicle when they reach a certain distance from them, telling the driver, be alert, there's a construction zone over here. You need to switch lanes. Well, the driver is drunk, doesn't see that. So now we give them another chance, benefit of the doubt. Once they get to, let's go back to the FEMA colors, red, green, and orange, right? Now you're in the orange zone. Orange zone that you're still okay, but we're going to warn you. But then, if there's no response, now you have a red zone. Red zone, that's you're dangerous. You're going to kill us. In that case, you no longer over-control the car. The system will take over the vehicle. Switch the lane to the end of the construction zone. Stop the vehicle, call the police, come and pick up this driver. Yes, I know, we might not like that. But guess what? We sacrifice the inconvenience for one person, but we save so many lives. We published that in the paper in the American Society of Engineering Education, that paper. Next year, MIT had a full-scale project on it, but we were the pioneers in it. We might not have the resources to start a full-scale project like that, but we gave that idea, and we were the first publishers, and our students were the first publishers. As a matter of fact, that was a student idea. It was not our faculty idea. So that's what we do, is we work with the students and have them publish. We take them also to national engineering competitions. That's on page number 2. We were the first HBCU to compete in the concrete canoe competition. What is that competition? Actually, our students, they design a concrete canoe. They build it. They haul it to a different state. And they put it in the water, make sure that it floats. And it floated. Now they got to get in it and compete with it. So they got to learn how to row also. That was a lot of challenge. The design was easy. But that's the idea. When you say to someone, concrete canoe is going to float, they say, there's no way, but it does. They can do it. The students can do it. And they did it. So we take them to those national competitions. How many of you heard of the Georgia Inventure this year? Competition. That's the first competition this year. Last minute, we called on to the students. The president called us and said, well, we have this by the Board of Regents that they need to do this. Can we put a team? So we asked the students, can you? They said, absolutely. So they formed a team, and they competed in it. They're not afraid. They designed an unmanned vehicle that can be replaced. The parts can be replaced in a timely fashion. Where right now, the drones, if it needs work on it, the whole drone is out. And it takes to replace it, and it takes time, or to fix it. But now, if it's one part of it's broken, it's easy to fix it because they redesigned the drone for such that. And they went and competed with it. Now, granted, they didn't win the first prize over here, but not because their idea was not up to the bar. No, it was. But because they didn't know that they had to patent that idea. So there was a question about patent, they didn't understand it. And that's really the fault of the timing, because we didn't have a person from the business, college of business, to go and work with them. So they learned from that experience. Failure is part of learning, and that they need to understand that. Not every time you go up there, you're going to win, or you're going to be successful. But if you fail, what happens? Do you learn from your failure and get up and do it again? That's the key. So it was great. It was a great experience for them. And the first thing they did when they came back, they said, Doc, next year we're going to be in it again. So that shows you right there. They learned. Now, we also bring guest speakers for them. People that they've been in the industry, alumni, that they went and they were in their seats. I've had some of my own that they told me they could not come to the classroom because they had to support their family. So they were there, same students. But guess what? Those students, because we worked with them, they graduated and they're doing wonderful jobs. As a matter of fact, now they're calling me and asking me for students to fill the positions that they're in. So they're exposed to that. And we would love for the alumni to come back and talk to our students. And we take them to sites, construction sites, environmental sites. They got to see what's going on, even at the ocean, what's going on those tiny islands. They're going there and see what kind of destructions that the human being actually doing, throwing these plastic bottles in the water and think that the water is going to be there for them forever. No, it's not. So we involve them also in what we call community services and summer camps. Part of the community service, they went to Tybee Island and they did the cleanup there. They have to do that. You don't just come and become educated and not be part of the community. You have to serve the community. So that's part of their education.
If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come on in to Dublin Auto Sales. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation. And that's what you'll find at Dublin Auto Sales, offering in-house financing too, so credit is never an issue. See Wayne Kemp or any of his friendly staff, Bill Topping, Alan Fields, TJ DeRochi, or Freddie Cook. Look for Dublin Auto Sales at 1705 Telfair Street and 406 North Jefferson, and also at 511 North Jefferson, where you'll find a great deal. Dublin Auto Sales, affordable transportation you can count on.
Hi, I'm Perry Williamson. We've been serving the Dublin Lawrence community for over 90 years here at Williamson's Bakery. We specialize in donuts, cakes, pies, cupcakes, cookies, birthday cakes. They're our business, not a hobby. And don't forget our large selection of cheese straws. For special orders, contact us on Facebook, Instagram, or better yet, just come get you some. When you stop by, be sure to try our all-new Pig in the Blankets. We have bacon, sausage, and chicken. We're located at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, Dublin, Georgia. For the hot, freshest donuts, come to Williamson's Bakery. We proudly support our area athletics.
Internships. We believe that internships is extremely important for these students. As you study, you have to understand what the industry, what's the purpose of what you're studying? Because if there's no purpose, then it's not going to make a difference. You're not going to understand the subject. So we even changed our curriculum to include internship as for credits. We didn't have that before, but we do now. We redesigned our curriculum to reflect that. So we connect our students with the local industry and the national industry. City of Savannah, Georgia Department of Transportation, Georgia Ports Authority, Gulfstream, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They're all partners with us in terms of providing internships for the students. Now, does that mean the internship is there waiting for the student? No, the student has to reach out to it. So they need to learn how to apply for applications. So it's extremely important to understand the process, and I'm talking to the students right now. It's extremely important for you to reach out for it. Scholarships. There's so much money returned back to the federal government because the students are not claiming it. But you have to research it and find it. I never knew that an alcoholic company like the beer company, I don't know the name of this because I don't drink, so I don't know their names. But it shocked me that a civil engineering technology student, she was finding this money from God knows where. $500. She kept me busy writing letters of recommendations for her. But that's what it takes. She graduated without a single penny as a loan. Now, that's smart. The money is there. Look for it. Now, we also work with the K through 12. And not when I'm saying we, I don't mean the faculty. Of course, the faculty are the driver in the driver's seat, but the students themselves. So we, as faculty, how do we provide all these services to our students? I mean, we're all alumni of Savannah State. We know the resources are scarce over there. So how do we do that? The faculty are committed to writing grants, federal grants. So we get busy with federal grants. If you look at the last page, under grants, you can see sample of the grants, millions of dollars that our faculty are bringing to the institution. And that's right, to the institution. When we're saying to the institution, doesn't really go to the physical part of the institution. No, it goes to the students. Scholarship money, supporting for their activities. The PSL-SAM scholarship. And how many students are coming to Savannah State this fall? How many of them are in the College of Sciences and Technology? STEM? Or maybe now you can change your mind. Okay? There's a lot of money there. We have a lot of money in grants. The PSL-SAM scholarship, what it does, it gives the student per semester $750 towards their tuition every semester. In the summer, they can be involved in undergraduate research, whether it's on campus or off campus. As a matter of fact, this summer, we have 12 students are doing it off campus, such as MIT, Georgia Tech, and other elite institutions. And then we have about 10 students that they're doing on campus research. Once they're done with this research in the fall, we take them to conferences. Everything is paid for them. Hotel, food, expenses, every expense is paid for them. Just go and presents. Now, what are you going to gain out of the presentation besides the presentation itself? It's networking. So if you're planning to go for graduate school, that's your network. When that school sees you presenting and you apply for that position over there, they'll have scholarship for graduate school too. If I can get scholarship and I'm a foreigner, I was not even a United States citizen at that time, and I got full scholarship for my master and PhD. I don't see why you as a US citizen cannot do that. There's no excuse, in all honesty. All you have to do is apply and be there. So if you look at these grants, there's several grants over there from various programs that we provide the students with. And those scholarships, they are in our college. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass another sheet over here. It gives you a link to those scholarships that you might not hear of generally from. These are besides the scholarships that the university offer. These are from the grants. They have requirements. But if you give me your name and an email address, I can send these digitally for you so you don't have to sit down and type all that link, hyperlink. It'll be hyperlink for you. Just click on it and you can apply. Now, where do our students stand now, our alumni? And I'm talking about the immediate ones right now from the school. I know where you guys are. You're the elite, there's no question about it. So they're following your footsteps. And if you look at the last page, the first slide says local, state, and national awards. Those are samples. Those are just from this past year. We have a student who won the American Society of Civil Engineers, national recognition, and it only gives to 10 students in the nation. Imagine Savannah State was one of those 10. Competing with MIT, Georgia Tech, Stanford, all these big universities. Savannah State was one of them. The Georgia Engineers Technology in the state of Georgia. We won it almost every year. You have it 2019, 2018, 2017. 3 years in a row, our students won that. In addition to that, our President's Second Mile Award. There were 2 students in there this past year from the engineering technology, and many others, of course, before them from other colleges. So our students shine up. They go somewhere. We have students who went to MIT and finished PhD. That's Dr. Kelvin. And he produced his first song. I have it over here down for you. It's the second slide on the right-hand side. We have students that once they're done with their bachelor degree, majority of the engineering technology students, they go to the industry. It's obvious why, because the money is there. They'll get the job and they get the money. The average starting salary for the electronics engineering technology is $70,000. The civil engineering technology is about $55,000. That's in the government. If they go to the private, they'll make more. You have students that they're working in Gulfstream, they're making $100,000 there. So it's all up to you. Once you finish the degree, it's all up to you. Nobody's going to ask you. It doesn't matter where you graduate from. It's what you can do afterwards. But then those ones from the sciences, majority of them, what they do, they go for graduate school. Those students that they're involved in the undergraduate research, and I keep reminding you of undergraduate research, those are the ones that they go for higher degrees because they have the confidence. They know how to present. They know how to present themselves. They know how to think critically, and that is the most important thing. That's what they need in the graduate programs. They don't want someone to keep spoon-feeding them, no. They want you to come in and see a project, and now you give me your ideas. What can you do? That's what we offer at Savannah State. That is the real story of Savannah State. We have the scholarships for those students that they really want it. We have all the resources. Now we understand that our mission, we take those students that they're not well prepared for certain programs. We understand that. I was just saying over here, when I graduated from high school, I didn't have the grades to get me into engineering school back home. They wouldn't even allow me to apply, for God's sake. Not even just apply and reject me, no. I'm not even allowed to apply because I didn't have the grades. That doesn't mean you can't make it. With the right mentoring, you can do it. Majority of my students, that's all it took, is to mentor them. I had a student to go back and repeat all the classes, all over. Not just for them because it's going to cost them, but I had that student sit in the classes to understand the material. Once that student understood the material, send me a picture golfing. That's what he can do now. Before he couldn't. But with the right mentoring. So don't think that because you can't do this right now, that means you can't do the whole program. And another myth, I have to be expert in every subject. That's absolutely not the case. No. All it takes is determination. If you're determined, you can do it. And we're there to help you. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, We're a full-service bank, big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter. Member FDIC.
It's that time of year, time to fire up the grill, relax, and have some fun. Whether you're a grill master or a wannabe, the Big Green Egg will change the way you think about cooking. Georgia Pools has a large selection from which to choose. They carry a wide variety of accessories too, from charcoal, starters, to grilling tools, seasonings, and sauces. Get your own Big Green Egg cooking system for as low as $58.83 per month. And while you're waiting on that perfect steak to cook, relax in your very own Pawleys Island hammock. What better way to spend the summer days ahead? When you're thinking of grilling and chilling, think Georgia Pools, located at 1201 Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin. Call Georgia Pools at 275-3607.
Let's give Dr. Mustafa another round of applause. Come on now. Listen, our Vice President will now present our speaker a little token of, she might have $1 million over there, I'm not going to say.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. He is worthy to be praised. This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God is good all of the time, and all of the time, God is good. To our speaker, I want to commend you on a job well. And members of the Savannah State University, Dublin Lawrence chapter, I would like to present to you this plaque. And it reads, the Dublin Lawrence Savannah State University National Alumni Association recognizes Dr. Am I going to get this right? Mohammed, no, you're right. Mustafa. Good. SSU professor and Dean of College of Science and Technology for his outstanding contribution and service as speaker at the annual scholarship banquet, April 27, 2019. Thank you so much for being our speaker. We love and appreciate you. May God continue to bless you in a very special way. Yeah.
Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Yes.
The following statement was made by a very wise person who said, and I quote, "A learned man has always wealth within himself." This banquet is held annually to help raise scholarship dollars to assist young men and young women who are desirous of continuing their education after high school graduation, so they too may always have wealth within themselves. Each year, 2 $1,000 scholarships are awarded by the Savannah State University National Association, Dublin Lawrence chapter. The scholarships are: the first one, the Savannah State University National Alumni Association, Dublin Lawrence chapter scholarship. And the second one is the Catherine Gray Wilson and Emery C. Thomas scholarship. They are awarded to 2 young people who have excelled during their high school years of study and who have been accepted members of the 2019-2020 freshman class at Savannah State University. Today, we are happy to say that our awardees are two young men. Our first recipient, Mr. Ian Watkins, please come forward. Come on here with me. Ian is the son of Miss Tamika Arline. He is a member of the 2019 graduating class of East Lawrence High School. His GPA is 3.7. Some of his many activities include honors. He's an honor roll student and an honor graduate. He has perfect attendance, ranked in the top 10% of his class, and is a former member of the Beta Club. Other school activities. He's a member of the cross country team and a member of the Interact/Rotary Club. Community activities. He attends Mount Pullins AME Church. His proposed college major is computer engineering. Mr. Watkins, I proudly present you with this certificate. And it reads thusly: Savannah State University National Alumni Association, Dublin Lawrence Chapter, proudly presents its annual SSANAA Dublin Lawrence Chapter Academic Scholarship Award of $1,000 to Ian L. Watkins for tuition during the 2019-2020 year at Savannah State University, presented on April 27, 2019, Dublin, Georgia, at the Scholarship Banquet. Our president is Mr. John Battle, and the chairperson of this committee is Laura Irwin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is he computer engineering?
Yes,
Is he
sir.
gonna major? You're gonna major in computers?
Yes,
Then
sir.
look at the PSL SAM scholarship, and I expect you to apply there. Write your name and email address. I'll send you the hyperlinks.
All right. We thank you. Are you in good hands? Our second recipient, Mr. Nigel M. Hudson. Please come forward. Nigel is the son of Mr. Tyree and Mrs. Talisha Williams. He is a member of the 2019 graduating class of West Lawrence High School. His GPA is 80.983. In honors, he is a member of the West Lawrence High School team that won the 4A Region Championship for track and field. He is a member of God's Divine Vision Ministry Church, where he serves on the following ministries: the Youth Outreach, Choir, and Ushers. His proposed major is logistics. Mr. Hudson, I proudly present you with this certificate, and it says, Savannah State University National Alumni Association Dublin Orange Chapter proudly presents its annual Catherine Gray Wilson and Emery C. Thomas Academic Scholarship Award of $1,000 to Nigel M. Hudson for tuition during the 2019-2020 year at Savannah State University, presented on April 27, 2019, at the annual scholarship banquet program. John Ballard, President, Laura Irving, Chair. Stay. I just have a little word of advice for you. I truly believe that these two young men are adequately equipped and are ready to move on to the next tier of their educational goals. I also believe that they will be a benefit to Savannah State University, and in turn, Savannah State University will be a benefit to them. Believe me, young men, you will be in good hands at Savannah State. It is not only to prepare you to face the nation, it will prepare you to face the world. Young men, in addition to the $1,000 scholarship for the 2019-2020 school term, the Dublin Lawrence chapter will give to each of you a $100 book scholarship for your sophomore, junior, and senior years. At Savannah State University. Let's give these two outstanding young men a round of applause.
Ready for any challenge. Cordless power made by steel, only from approved steel dealers.
Cullen Supply and Engine Service, 910 East Jackson Street in Dublin and 826 South Harris, Sandersville. Count on Cullen's.
I must say, not joking, but with the number of men in the house, it makes me feel good to see two young men come up here and get the certificate. As always, the ladies. Thank you, Miss Irving. Thank you. And thank your parents for allowing y'all to come. At this time, we're going to move right along. We will have remarks from our national president of our national alumni of Savannah State University, no other than the great Mr. Clyde Newton. Give a round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by commending President Battle and the entire Dublin Lawrence chapter. And I want to say that what you've done here today is very important. This is really a big deal because it takes money to get into college. And it also takes money to stay in the college. And it takes money to get out of college. Now, if you've been following the paper or news regarding Savannah State, you know that recently we've had to turn away a lot of students. We've had to turn away students that were currently enrolled and some that wanted to come there because of money or the lack thereof. Now, unfortunately, a lot of students that come to Savannah State, they don't have parents that can buy their way into the institution. They don't have parents that can pay someone to take an SAT test for them. They don't have parents that can pay X amount of dollars for a building and have their name stamped on it, and their children and their children's children will get automatic admission based on those legacy donations. So we don't have those type of resources, but we do have loving chapters and communities like this one that have come together to stand behind their young people. So we thank you for what you've done today, and we thank you for the future donations for those book scholarships, because oftentimes we give our students a starter just to get them in. Then after we give them that seed donation, we forget about them. But we actually not forget about these young men. Support them with your prayers. Support them with encouragement. And if you can, if you're blessed to do so, support them financially so that one day they can be a blessing to someone else. Amen. Thank you so much.
At this point in time, I would like to thank everyone for coming out and participating in our 31st scholarship banquet. First, I would like to thank the young ladies who provided us with entertainment. Also, pastors, ministers who are present, we'd like to thank y'all. We have pastors in the room, raise your hand. You don't have to stand. Ministers, appreciate y'all. Teachers and retired teachers, will you please just raise your hand? You don't have to stand. We appreciate it. Thank you, educators. And we would like to thank any sorority groups in the house. Please raise your hand. Thank y'all. Any fraternities, frat brothers in the house, raise your hand. We thank y'all. And any other HBC university that we didn't call, please raise your hand. NHBC, any other college or university present that we didn't call, please raise your hand. Thank you. I don't want to miss anybody because all of us is part of one family. And next, please raise your...
I'm from Baldwin Chapel, Savannah State.
Well, I hadn't got to that point yet. But thank you, Ms. Traven. But since we are there, anybody present from another chapter within the state of Georgia, out of state, Ms. Traven, Baldwin County, anybody? Thank you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Thank you. And to the parents of these students, please raise your hand if the parents of these students here. Give yourself a round of applause. Everybody, the wonderful students, all the students. And mostly, I would like to thank our city manager, and I'd like to thank our national president. I'd like to thank our city council lady, Ms. Brown, and I'd like to thank our vice president for presenting that. Well, and also, lastly, I want to thank everybody because I might have missed someone. And I thank my wife for allowing me to be away from home all the time. And lastly, we would like to thank this wonderful speaker, which I have practiced for a while to try to pronounce his name, Dr. Muhammad Mustafa. Let's give him another round of applause. And in my closing, to the young men and women who transitioning from high school to college, even if you don't transition from high school to college, there's other positive places that you can land in without standing on the corners on the streets, walking the street. If anyone tells you the military is not good for you, you ask them why it's not good for them. If they haven't walked in those shoes, how can they tell you it's not good for you? The military is one of the best places to go if you don't have the academics or the grade level to get into college. You could go to the military. And while you're in the military, you will mature to that age level. Then when you leave the military, you could transition into college where you could get money and get paid while you're going to school. Whenever they said Army or Navy or Marine, that don't mean everybody fighting. We living in a modern era now that the military is more technology than it ever been. So you don't have to worry about getting shot at in the military. You'll get shot on the streets quicker than you will in the military. Now, at this point in time, it isn't for me to speak, but I have to tone down. Some of y'all know me. But at this time, we would like to say thank you very much, because without y'all's support, this banquet would not be what it is. And the money is being used very well. I will say this in her face and behind her back. The money that comes into this alumni chapter, a lady by the name of Miss Laura Irvin keep up with the half a penny and all the rest. So, your money, we got a great secretary, a treasurer. She gonna make sure that we do what we supposed to do. And I love her for it. And we got a good vice president over there trying to keep me straight and keep me on the right road, Miss Bob. At this time, we're gonna ask and say thanks to Pastor Porter for allowing us to use his facilities, him and his members.
Good afternoon. Thank you for a very fine presentation. Good. Washington Street has been the home for many graduates of Savannah State University. When I arrived here in 2007, several members have been graduates of Savannah State. And I'm very pleased to say that since I have been here in 2007, we've had 2 students who've graduated from Savannah State, and we have 1 who will graduate this year. Would you please rise now for the benediction? We're grateful, O God, for education, and we're grateful for those who have sacrificed for us, and we ask your blessings upon that which we have done this day. May the seeds planted here blossom into trees of new life and new growth for our nation and our world. We ask these things through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.